Laugh and Grow Bible. He is alive!
Jesus had been betrayed. He was arrested and put to death on a cross.
It was a sad day.
Yes, Jesus gave his life for us. The sun had gone down, and it was time to bury him.
Only his mom and a few friends were there.
You remembered.
So, what did they do?
They got help from a man.
I am Joseph, from Arimathea, a follower of Jesus. I am very sad that Jesus has died. I have been waiting for the kingdom he spoke of to come. I want to do something nice for him, to show Jesus how much I loved him.
So Joseph did something special. He went to Pontius Pilate.
I want to take care of Jesus' body. I want to give him a grave.
All right, go ahead.
Now, when important people died in Israel, they were not buried in the ground.
Really?
No, their bodies were placed in special tombs that were carved out of solid rock.
You mean like a cave?
Like a small cave. Well, Joseph had one that he was going to use someday, but guess what? He decided to give it to Jesus. So, Jesus' body was placed inside Joseph's tomb, and then a big rock was rolled in front of the cave, so no one could get in. And then...
Someone is here to see you, Pilate.
Oh, it's you again.
Yup, we're back! You didn't think we'd give up that easily, did you?
What do you want?
Look, Jesus said that he would come back from the dead.
And?
Well, what if his friends go to the tomb, move the rock, and take his body and then say, Jesus is alive? That would cause a lot of trouble for you, Pilate.
I never thought of that.
So Pilate put guards outside the tomb to make sure no one moved the rock.
Eyes peeled. We don't want anyone to move this rock.
Yeah, no one's gonna get past us. No, sir.
Wow. So the Pharisees and the Sadducees were still worried about Jesus?
Yep. You see, when Jesus was alive, he said,
"In 3 days, I will rise from the dead."
Well, Jesus had died and was buried on a Friday. That's day 1. All day Saturday, his body lay in Joseph's tomb with the guards keeping watch.
That was day 2?
Right. So Sunday morning comes around,
Day 3.
and 2 women who were Jesus' friends made their way to the tomb to put spices and perfume on his body, 'cause that was something that people did in those days. When all of a sudden...
What happened? What happened?
An earthquake shook the ground, and an angel appeared. The angel rolled away the rock. When the women arrived, there lay the 2 soldiers, passed out on the ground. There lay the rock, and there, well, there was no Jesus.
Don't be afraid.
Okay.
I know you're looking for Jesus, but he isn't here. He has risen, just like he said he would. Jesus is alive.
What? What?
The women were so excited. They wanted to go tell their other friends what happened, when suddenly...
Don't be afraid.
Jesus showed up?
He sure did.
No way!
Yes way. Later, Jesus appeared to all his disciples. He explained to them why he had to die. He told them the great news that death has no power in God's kingdom. And then, when it was time for him to leave, he said,
"From now on, you will be the ones telling others about my kingdom. I will send you a helper who will fill you with the power of God. You will do amazing things."
And then Jesus rose up into the sky.
Amazing!
The disciples were very excited. They didn't really know what would happen next, but they knew one thing. Jesus was sending them a helper who would help them in a mighty big way.
So we're walking through the Gospel of Luke, and we've reached the end of Jesus' long road trip to Jerusalem. He's arrived.
So he rides a donkey down the Mount of Olives towards the city, and all these crowds are forming, and people are singing, "Praise the King who comes in the name of the Lord." They're laying down their cloaks in front of him.
Why all this royal treatment?
Okay, so Israel's ancient prophets promised that one day God himself would arrive and rescue his people and rule the world. Other times, the prophet spoke about a coming king who would ride into Jerusalem to bring justice and peace.
So Jesus is activating all these hopes that he's that king, and everyone's ecstatic.
Well, not everybody. The religious leaders, they think Jesus is a threat to their power, and so they're not happy. But even more striking, Jesus himself is distraught. He's actually weeping as he rides.
Yeah, why?
Well, Jesus can see what is coming. He knows that he won't be accepted as Israel's king, and he knows that Israel will keep going down a destructive path, neglecting the poor, stirring up rebellion against their Roman oppressors, and he knows that it will lead to death. It breaks his heart.
And it riles him up. The first thing he does in Jerusalem is march into the temple courts, and he drives out the money changers, disrupting the entire sacrificial system.
Yeah, he's staging a prophetic protest, and he stands in the center of the courtyard, shouting out words from Israel's ancient prophets. This is supposed to be a place of worship, but you've made it a den of rebels.
A den of rebels?
Yeah, he's quoting from the prophet Jeremiah, who stood in this same spot, the center of Israel's religious and political power. And he offered the same critique of Israel's leaders, that they're rebellious and corrupt.
And they get the message and start to plan to have him killed.
Which is no surprise to Jesus. In fact, he planned that all of this would happen during Passover.
This is the Holy Week when Jewish people celebrate their ancient story of how God liberated them from slavery and invited them into a covenant relationship.
And so Jesus uses the symbols of Passover to reveal the meaning of his coming death. The broken bread was his broken body, and the wine was his blood that would establish a new covenant relationship between God and Israel. Jesus was going to die for his people and open up a new way forward.
After the meal, Jesus takes his disciples to a garden to pray.
And he struggles with the very human desire to save his life instead of sacrificing it, but he overcomes this temptation.
And it's here where the religious leaders, with the temple guards, find him and arrest him.
Now, Jerusalem was being ruled by the Roman Empire, and so the temple leaders couldn't execute Jesus without permission from their Roman governor, a man named Pontius Pilate. And so they make up this charge that Jesus is a rebel king stirring up revolution against the Roman emperor.
Pilate asks Jesus, "Are you the king of the Jews?"
And Jesus answers, "You say so."
So Pilate can see that Jesus is an innocent man and he doesn't deserve death.
But the leaders keep insisting that he is dangerous, so they negotiate a compromise. Pilate will release an actual rebel against Rome, a man named Barabbas, instead of Jesus. And so the innocent is handed over in the place of the guilty.
Jesus is taken away with two other accused criminals and nailed to a Roman execution device. And people are mocking him. Hey, if you're the Messianic king, save yourself and us.
But Jesus loved his enemies to the very end, offering hope to one of the criminals dying beside him. And he even prayed for his executors. "Father, forgive them. They don't know what they're doing."
And then the sky darkened as an innocent man died the death of a rebel.
And then Jesus cried out with ancient words from Israel's Psalms, "Father, into your hands I commit."
You're gonna be alright, just hold on for one night. It may take your whole life, but joy comes in the sunrise. Sunrise, just stay there. Good things will come later. God made you for greater. Hold on for that sunrise. To the lost and the broken, who don't know where their home is. Don't forget where your hope is. I'm just helping you notice. You're gonna be alright. Just hold on for one night. It may take your whole life, but joy comes in the sunrise. Sunrise, just stay there. Good things will come later. God made you for greater. Hold on for that sunrise. No, God didn't forget you. The things that you've been through. He was there right beside you, helping to guide you and let some light through. I'm just here to remind you, you're gonna be alright. Just hold on for one night. It may take your whole life, but joy comes in the sunrise. Sunrise, just stay there. Good things will come later. God made you for greater. Hold on for that sunrise. You're gonna be alright. Just hold on for one night. It may take your whole life. Joy comes in the sunrise. Sunrise, just stay there. Good things will come later. God made you for greater. Hold on for that sunrise. You came to set us free. I can take rest, cause the living God is living in my chest. Every day I wake up feeling blessed, and even if I don't, I see it as a test. Cause I was lost until you found me. Now I know you're all around me. Nothing I could ever do can separate my love from you. You came to set us free. You came to set us free. Thankful you ain't drive me in that pit. Hey, nah. Saw my soul inside that famine, said that's it. Grace now. You never flake in the cold winter. I just came to borrow with the gold winners. Fast forward, turn to a road runner. Spirit caught me here, go get it. Shed blood, gave me lemonade on this cold bending. Pick me up. Always Timmy Turner, always chasing after Vicky. Took me to his fountain and gave me peace and chose to cleanse me up. Now I'm testifying of your greatness. This a different look. Go, life been hitting hard, let's take it slow. Take a walk by the river and let you flow. Cause Lord, you are all I ever want. You're all I ever want. Cause I was lost until you found me. Now I know you're all around me. Nothing I could ever do to separate my love from you. Hallelujah.